You need to watch this video like your life depends on it, because it does. There is a competition for the throne of the universe. A competition that is winner take all. One side, the creator, has all of the power, has all of the authority. And the other side, the imposter, who we call Chino, the dragon, he wants to have everyone in this Game of Thrones bow to him. You cannot afford to choose the wrong side. In this competition, there are only two teams and two sides. Humans that God created and cavemen that chose not to enter into a covenant with God. And so the word of God says that the whole creation is waiting for the sons of God to be revealed. The whole creation. The picture that you've seen on the screen, you're looking at the sons and daughters of God. So you saying, what is a son of God? I'm a son of God. The whole creation has been waiting on me to reveal who we are. God created Adam and Eve, sons and daughter of God. He said, let us create man in our own image, after our own likeness created he them, male and female, sons and daughter of God. And from there, any children who were descendants of that root, Adam and Eve, the sons and daughters of God, are the root, and everyone else is the branches. Sons of men were a prodigal son that came later, Nimrod and Semiramis. Sons of Solomon, the Jews, were also a branch that was grafted back into that root, Adam and Eve. Sons of Gentiles, sons of Caesar, the Gentiles. The Greco-Roman Empire are sons of Caesar, the Gentiles. And everybody else in the world falls in the category of Gentiles. And then sons of Cain are the sons of Belial. Those are the four prodigal sons that came out of the root, the sons and daughters of God. So if you want to know how to get back to the beginning, the ITB, in the beginning lifestyle of victory, which you will have to have in the end, then you need to check with a son and daughter of God. That's why it said the whole creation is waiting for the sons of God to be revealed. So I'm going to reveal to you who we are, what this game is, and what the attacks of the enemy are to keep you from being transformed back into a son and daughter of God. Whether you are a son of man, a son of Solomon, the Jew, a son of Caesar, the Gentiles, it doesn't matter where you fall at. It doesn't matter what type of prodigal son or daughter that you are. All of his prodigal sons can come home. Remember, in the story of the prodigal son, he had one son that was home, and the prodigal son left. That one son that was home are the sons of God. I'll remind you again, the word says, I did not come to call the righteous, but the wicked to repentance. The righteous sons that he's talking about are the sons of God.
So it struck me with this incident that happened the other day at this rally in Ohio, how easy it is to create a publicity stunt. I mean, This video has reached about 3.5 million views in about 2 days. When I used to work in the media, for the brief stint that I did, half of the stories that you read in the newspaper are actually devised around a table. They'll pay a certain amount of money to a publicist, and they'll have these stories devised and formulated to promote the career, to push something that they want. And of course, this whole event made Donald Trump look like the victim. And do you know what? It's frighteningly easy for someone with money, if they so wanted, to hire a publicist and devise the best method, the best methodology to get attention, to bolster an agenda.
Yes, America, the picture on the screen is you. Yes, I'm telling you, you fell for a publicity stunt. You elected an actor. Donald Trump was given some lines, and he read his lines and he played his part. Not only this year, Donald Trump has been running since Mitt Romney was running in 2012. And before that, in 2008, the Tea Party and all of those same individuals with the same platform, same agenda, but you let Donald Trump come and play a role, and play a part, and we granted those who really control Donald Trump. This is him with his head buried in the sand. He's a puppet for Babylon. I'm going to show you their #1 ploy. But the goal of Babylon is to do this to all Americans in all the world. This right here. This is the goal. That's right. All of y'all that had y'all heads buried in the sand, and it worked like a charm. But I'm going to show you here today why it worked. I'm going to show you the tactic they use to deceive you, to get you to vote and hand over the United States of America to an actor who doesn't even want to govern. His whole job is to bring order out of chaos, to bring chaos so that the puppet master, his godfather, can step in and rule.
It's frighteningly easy. I wasn't going to say anything until I saw this video yesterday from Darbu, who I don't know him personally, I'm not affiliated anyway, but I saw this video and it seems that the guy who rushed the stage was an actor. Check this out.
Now, what I'm about to show you is going down the same lines as the stuff we've seen in the past. And when you start to see all these red flags flying out, it starts to tell a story. The man that tried to rush the stage here is a flat-out actor. And they are refusing to tell you that through your mainstream media. They are trying to paint him as something else. Yes, he was a child actor. As you can see right here, and he was involved in films just this past year.
So do not rule out the possibility that this is merely a publicity stunt, because I've seen people talking in the comments since this happened saying, well, I wouldn't have voted for him before, but now it seems like someone's trying to silence him, someone's trying to shut him up.
So not only am I telling you that this is a publicity stunt, I'm also going to tell you exactly who he's working for. It's on the screen. He's a part of the Godfather organized crime family. Alright? That's the Godfather up top. We call him Chino. Alright? The Godfather. Look at the Godfather, never wants to get his hands dirty. Alright? So in between himself and the actual capitalizing on dehumanization economically, the actual opposition control which he's a master of. So the Godfather, he gets all of these individuals, all right, the consigliere, the underboss, the capos, his soldiers, and then the associates. All right, and then on the round table, the head capo is all of these secret societies. You know what I'm saying? You got the Skull and Bones, you got the Council on Foreign Relations, you got the Trilateral Commission. You got all of these secret societies in between the Godfather, right, and your president, Donald Trump. He's sitting down because he's the president. He gets to sit as the head capo in this round table, right? The UN, of course, is a part of the round table, but it's all a part of this system. It's all a part of this system, and it's a Hail Mary pass in the Game of Thrones. Why? Because the Godfather is desperate, because he's out of time. Every kingdom in this battle, in this Game of Thrones, they never ever ever wanted to get off the throne. Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, he didn't want to get off the throne, but when the fullness of time came, it was time for the Medo-Persians. When the fullness of time came, then Greece came, and then Rome came, and now it's time for the Clay Kingdom, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And that's what we on. We in the Game of Thrones. And I'm telling you right now, we have never ever lost in this game. I'm speaking as a son of God. A son of God who has been standing up against the Godfather since in the beginning, ITB. Since my mom and pops, Adam and Eve, the root, the original family who gave the blueprint to the sons and daughters of God how to defeat the dragon, Satan, and how to enter into the everlasting covenant and receive enmity and receive dominion and receive a birthright and receive the plan of salvation. That's what this is. So choose your side. Either you take the seal of God or the mark of the beast. Anything other than the sons and daughters of God is the mark of the beast. So it's time to take the mask off of the masquerade. Here's Donald Trump, the head underboss the head capo with the underboss. The underboss is the Black Pope, the Jesuits. Alright? So the Godfather is the White Pope, Pope Francis. And this is the team that wants to take the throne of the Creator. Alright? So this is how you got deceived. You see in this picture, you can't see off to the right, they got the Roman Catholic flag to the right. And then they got the American flag to the left. Anytime the flag is to the left, it's subservient to the flag on the right. That's right, they saying the United States of America bows to Rome. That's right. And where y'all messed up is this is the sons of God. This is our team. This is our team. Just like in the days of Elijah, when he stood up against Ahaz and Jezebel. Elijah went to the master and God was like, hold up, man, you're not the only one. I got 7,000 who have not bowed the knee to Baal or kissed him. That's who we are in these last days. We are the sons of God who will not bow the knee to Rome, will not bow the knee to the underboss, to the Godfather. And so now, y'all got it wrong. They control the Democrats and the Republicans. It's just the Republicans is the offense for Rome. The Democrats play defense. They try and soften the blows, but they control both sides. So I'm about to tell you a true story called the story of Dominion. Alright? And the story of Dominion is going to expose exactly how the defense that they're running to attack you and enslave you. Alright? America, understand. You are going through a period of slavery by another name, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that name is, of the slavery that you're experiencing. But what you're in right now is halftime of the last preseason game, and this is a film session. Alright? And you know what happens in preseason. You can either make our team or get cut and get picked up by the other team. Alright? But the defense that they running against you is called the Blackface Pan-Dragon dressed in black and white. That's the name of the blitz that they running. The Blackface Pan-Dragon dressed in black and white. I'm going to show you what each phase and aspect of that blitz that they running against you is. I'm going to break it down to the fullest. The Blackface part, the Pan-Dragon part, the dressed in black and white. So if you know anything about football, if you could read the defense before and realize what they're going to do before they do it, then you got a much better chance of scoring. And the more time you put in the film room, the better you'll be at identifying the defense. And lastly, before I show you what's going to go down and before I tell you the story, I'm not just going to tell you a story and expose you to what's going on, but for 21 years, my wife, my rib, and I, we have been first responders, providing rehabilitation and intervention services. Rehabilitation services for those who have been dehumanized in this system, those who have been failing to read the blitzes, those who have been falling to the traps of the system, and then intervention services for those who have been drunk on the blood of their brothers, those who can't answer the question, am I my brother's keeper? We have the solution.
We have a lot of young voices in this audience. One of them actually started something called Dream Defenders, Philip Agnew.
The people that are murdering the people in our communities are very organized. And so if you're going to mount ample resistance to those forces, then you must be organized. Knowing that it wasn't just about Trayvon Martin, but it's about a system of police repression, police harassment, racial profiling. We've got a school-to-prison pipeline. We've got a war on the poor. We've got a war on immigrant communities. And if you're going to mount a fight against a system that has for 400 years perfected the method of repression of people that look like me, look like us, then you've got to have an organized force to fight against that.
Everybody doesn't see the root of the problem. Ross Kaminsky is one of them. Ross Kaminsky writes for American Spectator, and he thinks, in fact, that a lot of folks should be looking at themselves in the mirror.
I do think that. I want to be really clear on this because I agree with what the mayor of Ferguson said, that, middle-class white guys like me haven't lived the African-American life. That said, from what we see on the news, from what we read, there seems to be a real dearth of leadership among African-American young men, especially in their neighborhoods. And the other thing is, if I could react to what Philip said, I get the feeling, I understand this feeling of the system isn't fair. It's biased against us. But then when you start going to this idea, 400 years of repression in a system that's still designed to hurt us and still designed to keep us down, that starts feeling to me like racism against me just because of the color of my skin. My parents weren't here 400 years ago. My family arrived here way after the Civil War. We had nothing to do with it. And I think that a lot of people in the rest of America feel like we're being blamed for things that we didn't cause, and in fact that we would like to help, because we should care.
So I never mentioned black, white, or people. I mentioned systems. And so the arrest of Darren Wilson, if it happens, and the conviction of Darren Wilson, if it happens, though the system and the history would tell us that it may not, will not alleviate the problems that are happening here and that are happening around the country.